Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are having a really great morning. No, the title is not clickbait at all. So recently I was reached out to do something, I guess like a Skype interview for something, and it's a possible opportunity for like a show or something like that. I told you guys January that it had been happening so much that I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna give it to God and be open and allow things to kind of happen. This isn't something that I normally do on my channel because, like I said, this is the 5th time that this has happened. But today I felt like I should share today's interview, only because, and that's if I'm allowed to, only because people are always talking about, you know, how this person feels and what this person said and what they didn't say and how this and da 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 da. And 100%, if you've seen my journey, because, you know, I done spat and, you know, had my moments and all that stuff. But the truth of the matter is, no one really stop anything. And I don't know what's going to happen from this. But what I do know is just the opportunity for my names to be in places that I didn't even think could be reached, you know, just through, you know, my YouTube channel or, you know, being on Instagram. It has done that. So I wanted to kind of share. But again, if I don't share it, which you won't even see the intro if I don't share it, but if you guys see it, that means they okayed me recording. Of course, that means I have to blur out and take out any names, anything with anything. But I will be doing the interview in approximately 15 minutes. I just put a video out, and the video that I put out was like a decorate with me. I'm doing the fabric, lighting, and then the electrical work. And let me just say this too, because, you know, my decorate with me and other people's decorate with me is a totally different process. My decorate with me, I start sharing the beginning process with you guys because, again, these rooms are not a quick turnaround. Like, it's a process. And just showing you the end result, I feel like it's a disservice because so much gets put into this, which is why, again, I'm always super sensitive about what's the paint color, where you get that sofa. And I'm just like, it took me 3 months to find that sofa. Why do you think I should just give it to you because you asked? Like, girl, can we do something? Like, girl. So yeah, basically I like to show those things first, and then I will do like a room reveal or the room finalization or something like that. That way you guys can get to see what it looks like towards the end. But I do enjoy sharing the process because I think the in-between is where you really get the meat of, you know, the room and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and finish replying back to some of these things right here. And then I'm going to finish getting myself ready for this Skype interview. You guys, Lego.
Are you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay. So first thing, I'm just going to have you introduce yourself. Just these things. Tell me your name, where you live, and what you do.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Nadia Casanova. I live in Savannah, Georgia, and I'm an interior designer. And I'm a YouTuber and an influencer and a mom.
I swear to the heavens, your voice just went up when you did your intro. When you were talking to me, so like to me right about right here, and then you're like, "Hey!" You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when did some people tell me that they were decorating dollhouses when they're 9, and some didn't fall in love with it until like, you know, early 20s. So when did you start noticing or get into interior design?
So pretty much I got into interior design when I was about, I would say between like 16 and 17. And it was actually by accident. I told my dad I wanted to get my hair braided. And at that time it was about $120. And my dad said, I'll see you at 6 a.m. For me being, you know, 16, 17, 18 and seeing it and knowing how much money he was getting paid and the material, I really didn't see that for myself. It wasn't until I got a little bit older and I'm like, oh, people will pay to get things done. If they could buy a handbag, they could hire a designer. Like, what's the difference? So then I took it a little bit more seriously. So when Me and my partner purchased our home. I started sharing it on YouTube, and it pretty much just kind of took off.
And tell me in your words, and like I said, I'm getting both for this, and this part is important, but I just want to know because I want to hear the story of it. Interior design school, totally self-taught. Which route did you go?
So for me, I would say I'm a little bit more self-taught, but I did start school. I have a few more months to complete. I went through a little bit of a life change and I had to stop, but I do want to go back and finish. Not necessarily because I feel like I can't do the work, but I do know schooling is good just to have. And I wouldn't mind walking into my office and just seeing that degree on the wall.
That's awesome. And this could be any part of it, from bouncing the books to billing to the networking to the actual, like, you love the colors and the fabrics and the hands-on designing. Tell me first your favorite part of your job in your industry. Tell me your favorite part.
So my favorite part about design is probably my clients. When I first start with them, they're pretty standoffish, probably a little fearful, don't know how much things are going to be. So they're very like, okay, all right. But once we start working, to see them come to life, to see them start taking a part of the process, I really, really love that. And to see sometimes their kids get involved, I absolutely love that. It really makes me happy. You know, I don't feel like I was smart enough to be a doctor, so I couldn't change people's lives in that manner. But to have someone to come home and be comfortable and be happy, like, that just makes me feel really good.
That's so sweet.
It's like, I love it. I really, really love it.
What's the worst part? And I might have a follow-up question.
So the worst part about design is I love social media for what it's done for me, but at the same time, social media has also made that job super difficult when everyone is doing a DIY and they're like, it only costs $10. DIY projects actually end up being a lot more expensive because you have to have the DIY funding and then you have to have the mistakes that happen in between, especially if it's a first-time project. And a lot of times, people don't show or talk about that part of it. They just be like, ta-da! You guys, look what I just did, and it's $200. So I really feel like social media has, in a way, made it a little bit harder. That I would say that's the bad part about interior design for me.
And you're like, because they're lying.
They lying.
Sorry, that was gold, by the way. I'm laughing my ass off. That's
because I talk about it when I go to little seminars. Like, I talk about those things because I'm just like, realistically, these projects are not $200. They're really not. Or the videos where they go into the Goodwill and they find everything the same day, and I'm like, really? Like,
you gotta fling a little TV Hollywood magic on that, right?
Right. So, but I need people behind the scenes that's watching to understand it's a little magic going on behind the scene. And
I think this is the last important thing, because you've killed this. You're knocking it out of the park. Is what would you want to bring to the table differently? What's something you see on TV that either not necessarily annoys you, but like, here's how my show would be different. Right, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's the truthfulness. Maybe it's what we just talked about. That, like, you know, like, I don't mind pulling back the curtain and let people know this didn't really happen today. Like, we worked on this for 8 days or whatever it was.
Right. Being able to do a design show, I would like to bring in a younger audience. Because I do understand that the market is changing where younger people between, you know, I would say like 24 and about 40 are now buying homes and becoming homeowners. And for me, the math that I put into it is anywhere from 10 to 15% should go into like your interior home decor. And most people don't implement that. They move into the house and they really don't understand the fundamentals of keeping up a house. Changing out your filter, taking care of the grass, making sure you check on your water, checking all these different things that goes with home ownership, not just the pretty. You know, understanding why you would use a satin over a high gloss over a flat paint in your home, flooring. These are things that I'm currently implementing on my channel now, and I think it would help even if someone doesn't like it. when they purchase a home, they're gonna have to say, "Stop by Casanova. Let me go check her out," because I remember she talked about Florida at one point. So for me, that's the most important thing, because if anything ever happens, regardless to where you're at in life, if you're doing really, really well, you just never know when that's gonna turn. And if you have to sell your house, I would not want a temporary decision to be a permanent hindrance in moving forward. So for me, I always think about like the equity in your home. Is this going to be a good project, not a good project? How is it going to benefit you when you sell your home? Scanning your area that you live in to see if this is something that you should do, you shouldn't do, because there's different upgrades. There's an upgrade for you to live comfortably, and then there's an upgrade for you to be able to sell comfortably. So I think being able to share those components of home ownership would be really, really great, considering most people that go in are just kind of glamorized by owning a home, and they're like, I have a house and I have this, and it's just like, my floor is buckling. What does that mean? I don't understand. Like, what's going on? Like, what? I had to do that? Huh? I didn't know. Matter of fact, recently on my channel, someone said, I had no idea I had to seal my tile, the grout. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta seal it or it's gonna get dirty. You don't just move in. And they were like, well, no one ever told me that. So I love being able to share those aspects on my channel, not just the pretty fabrics, but really breaking down like the full fundamentals of home ownership.
Amazing. I always do this. By the way, are you live streaming this or are you just recording?
Huh?
Are you live streaming this or
recording? No, I'm just recording.
Oh, okay. Last question, I always throw a wild card out there. Is there something about you as a person, as a host, as an influencer, as an interior designer that you feel like they should know that I haven't asked you about yet?
I'm sensitive about my shit.
What?
I said, so there's a song by Erykah Badu, and she sings and stuff, right? And she says, and at the end of one of her things, she was like, I'm sensitive about my shit. So it's like she puts all her effort into it. So when you're gonna come attack it, do it gracefully, do it with a sense of honor to that thing. So for me, like I'm a sensitive person. So even if something isn't going right, something isn't going well, just again come gracefully, and I do the same in return. So when you say, is there something that I haven't shared you don't know about me, it's just I'm sensitive about my shit.
Oh my god, you made this so easy. That was great. Alright, we got it. Can you please email me?
Okay.
Here's the things I need, because you're absolutely getting pitched. Couple bullet points, like started my channel this year, I have this many subscribers now, roughly the type of jobs you do, like if you I've done everything from apartments, homes, commercial, or just apartments and homes.
Okay.
Which is fine, that's what this is going to be anyway. So there's a couple bullet points like that, and then kind of a headshot-ish picture. I don't need a professional headshot.
Okay.
Anything like that. It's literally a shot that you like of you that's like this, just like your shoulders. So I'm gonna put that on your one sheet. Real full name. I assume Casanova is your screen name.
Casanova is my name.
Get out of here.
Yes.
I thought it was like your screen name because it's such a cool name.
No. So that is pretty much it. Sorry, I'm trying to multitasking. I told you guys the beginning, maybe it was like towards the end of the year in January, that I was gonna be like open and receptive and all these things to just see what would happen, because I've been doing some of these interviews for the past 3 to 4 years. And again, whatever's meant to be will be. I'm just happy that, again, that my channel's going places. The work that I'm doing is going places. I think this is one of those instances where I say you have to do what is true to you, even if people don't understand it. And when I say people, I get comments here and there and stuff like that. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I have to do what makes me happy, what makes me comfortable and all that jazz. And the content that I'm creating genuinely makes me happy. And if it opens up opportunities for other things, like, I'm super happy about that. And, you know, I think the biggest thing for me is, because technically I would consider myself not to be formally trained. I'm not done with school just yet. I would consider in more ways than one, not even self-taught, but like being around other people that were in the industry, like, you know, excuse me. I just, you know, I took to it super, super easy. So, being able to be recognized by people who are professionally trained and they like my stuff and they're like, girl, your rug is the right size, placement is right, you know, that just means a lot. Again, I am just really grateful and excited for the future, and at the same time thankful for you guys' support always. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but at least, you know, by putting this video out, if something does happen, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I seen when you did your thing, like blah 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 blah. So this is probably the first and the last time I'm gonna do this, because like I said, this is like my 5th one. So just kind of wanted to share this part because I think it would help put things into perspective. If you're saying to yourself, which I get a lot of these emails like, how did you just start your channel? How do you listen, sometimes you have to just block out the white noise and do the thing that makes you happy, because while you're concerned about the naysayers, you got a whole heap of things that's going on that people who don't even know your name yet, who need to know your name. You know what I'm saying? So don't focus on, you know, this person, that person, this situation, that situation. You have to put your best foot forward and handle what you have to handle, even if it means that you're gonna leave some people behind. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, if this happens again, I won't be recording it, but I just wanted to kind of share this kind of like a little day in the life type of situation or something. I don't know, but y'all have a really, really good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.